Your very first scale builder for your grid drawing unit is going to be using the grid method to draw grid exercise number 1. This is required by all students. I want you to use the method of drawing this upside down. I don't want to see you switching it right side up. The reason why we are drawing this upside down is it engages the right hemisphere of your brain. The right hemisphere of your brain is the brain that sees the connections of shapes without labeling them. If I switch this right side up, the left side of my brain wants to see a human face, and it's going to try to draw a face as your stored schemas and memory sees a face. So to eliminate how our brain sees those stored schemas for faces, we're going to be drawing this upside down based on the same concept as when we watched our very first art start with Dan Dunn Paint Jam when he was painting the musician upside down. We didn't see it till he flipped it right side up because our brain will give up on trying to make it look like a face, and it will draw just the lines and shapes that it sees. So how I start is I do an ABC and a 1, 2, 3, and then I coordinate it on the bottom so that my columns and rows are matching. And then you can see I've started already placing the shapes accurately for each of the sections. So A1 and A1 look very similar. A2 and A2 look very similar. I kind of threw in a few of the shapes. B1 and B1 in the bottom are pretty exact and look pretty similar. I used a pen just so you could see my line quality. The one thing I want you to notice as you're working through this, if the line is a little bit thicker, so right here these sections were thicker, I'm working to thicken up my lines so that they look the same. You're going to be using a pencil, it's going to make it a little bit easier. What I'm looking for on these is the similarities that you worked for on your positive, negative chair drawings. So I really want you looking at the shapes in each of your squares. Here is A2, here is A2, and I'm really making sure that if I see this small triangle here, I see the small triangle here. So you're gonna work until you complete the entire drawing. When you're finished with this one, there are 5 more options for you. There's a Winnie the Pooh, there's a tiger, there's a fairy, there is a car, and there is a horse. You need to pick an additional 2 and follow that same process of making each square coordinate with the same labeled square on the bottom. And you're trying for that line quality, thickness, and accuracy. Every single line or shape you see that's present in the 3 that you pick needs to be present in the ones you redraw. So that is your first scale builder. That will probably take you till Wednesday. You will have time to work on that when you finish your artist statement for your handscape, and you make sure that you revise it and print it out. Thanks, have a great day.